looks like we are working. Looks like we got a good screen here. I don't see any any lagging so far. Let me see if I'm showing up on the page. It says live. Let's see. Yep. You're live there. Perfect. So, while I am here live, I am going to do a quick episode. Thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for liking. I'm Karmicdez, Karmicdez85 on YouTube, I believe. We also have, if you want to talk about it with your boy Dez and the crew, I think it's still titled, on Facebook. And, where else? Spotify? Facebook, Spotify? Yeah. And all that's being streamlined and reworked right now. Look, slow connection right there. I don't know why it does that. Sorry, I'm looking to see. See, like with Facebook, it doesn't like freeze up and lag. On YouTube, it definitely will. It will definitely freeze up and lag. So there's that. But again, thank you for joining. Let me see what's going on. We got the chat going on. Let them know I'm live right now. Let them know I'm on Facebook right now. So I don't have any like current events or anything like that, because again, this is an impromptu episode. Look, there goes that slow connection stuff again. Let me pull up my stuff just to make sure it stays. But yeah, no current events tonight. Just want to get straight into the topic. Let me see what he's talking about. Did he type? Oh shit. Oh, see, it is 1:30 in the morning. I know. Like I said, like a lot of y'all that know me and be around me, I don't sleep. This is work. I mean, it seems like work, I guess, but it's stuff I really enjoy, so it's not like work for me. Yeah, I know it's a lot of back and forth right now. We've been chatting in this damn group all night. Let them know to hop in the live. Yeah, that slow connection stuff is killing me. I'm probably going to have to settle down and get a direct card to plug into my damn laptop to make sure I keep my signal, because this is ridiculous. So tonight, or early this morning, I'm just going to be talking about the phrase I use, my call line, my tagline at the end of every episode is "Dominate Your Day," and what that's all about, and where it came from, and why I constantly repeat it. So, where that came about, let's see. So it's a what's the word? A colloquy on the phrase. Oh, it's right there on the. Sorry, y'all. The phrase is. Oh, something to the effect of only worry about things that you can control, right? Because I can't control what a person thinks. I can't control what a person does, but I can control what I think and what I do, right? So with that being said, I came up on that phrase for me after my divorce from my ex-wife. It was a rough time, and there was a lot of things that I would say you could say triggered me into my depressive state. So after going through that so long, the involuntary tears, like I'll be working and hear a song and it reminds me, and fucking tear comes in my eye. Psychological blocks I put up, like there's certain shows I don't watch because I don't want to have to deal with that connection to I guess, to the trauma. So I typically don't do those things. So after about maybe like a year and a half of going through that and trying to get myself out of that, and let it pass, like they say, time heals all wounds. So I was I was content with letting it pass. But after a year and a half or whatnot, I didn't bounce back like I expected I would. So I had to switch up my strategy, and I had to kind of like dig into myself as to why that was. Now, I will say part of it was, for a while there, I was still in love. Yeah, so that made it difficult. So I was kind of like holding out hope, which set me back in getting over it. Damn thing jumping. I'm trying to. So it was the love part of it, and then I knew I had to get up out of that because I said I'd never be. What up, Will? What up, bro? Let's see if we can get you up in here. So I told myself I wasn't never going to be in that mode or that funk ever again. So it was like at that day I decided, okay, tomorrow is going to be a different day. I'm going to take control of my life again. I'm not going to let these emotions rule me. I'm not going to let people sway my emotions. I'm not going to let people manipulate me out of things that I know. I'm not going to let people manipulate me out of things that I know I shouldn't be manipulated out of. So I started to fortify myself in that way, right? So I remember one of the first things I did, I'm the type that kind of like, I'm the type that kind of like, sorry. I thrust myself into challenges. It might not act right. I know, man, we tried to get Brendan on one night and it didn't act right. We tried to get Mike on one night and it didn't act right. That's why I started going on to YouTube. YouTube started acting up. So now I'm coming back to Facebook. But it does say you can invite members to join the broadcast. If they accept or join on video or with audio only, your audience is set to friends. Only your friends can watch this live broadcast. What? We'll have to change that. I did not know that. Oh, we would have to get in there. I don't even see my settings. I have to change that later. Is it not letting you? It's not letting you come on? Oh, there it go.
In this thing.
What up? You in this thing?
You can hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. You got the video off?
Hell yeah, I'm shirtless in this damn bunkhouse, sleep.
You good? You good? Well, yeah, I'm just
I don't
talking
know if the
about
world
that
wants to
phrase.
see these light skinned titty nipples.
They love light skinned titties.
Yeah. Yeah, shit. Yeah. What's up,
But
world? It's your boy Will.
Hey, Shaniqua. Thank you for joining. I sent you a message on your in Messenger. You can check that out. Try to get an interview in. And you what you doing up late? That shit without. But say I'm just talking about that phrase. Well, you know my phrase, dominate your day, right?
Yes, sir. Carpe diem.
Yes, sir. Well, not carpe diem. Dominate your day is slightly different because carpe diem is seize the day. I'm not trying to seize the day. I'm just trying to make it through the day.
Hey, motherfucking facts.
But in dominating my day, right? Like I was saying earlier, I realized that a lot of stuff I was having the strings being pulled. Okay, thank you. So like with the emotional stuff, I realized people were getting me upset, and I didn't even need to be upset because I'm not even really upset. But they figured out my trigger, right?
Man.
So when I stopped falling over those triggers, like, well, you've seen it, you've seen the growth. When I stopped tripping over those, when I stopped hitting those tripwires, it's kind of like, and I got to step back from it for a second. It's like, I got the chance to think, do I need to be angry at this moment or do I not need to be angry? And most time it's, no, I don't need to be angry. And I sit back and just watch another person either be angry or try to continue to trick me into my anger. And I'm just like, no.
Yes, sir.
I will.
We seize those reins on who's controlling us, bro. We start looking behind, coming out of our bodies, and grabbing the reins and grabbing the strings and controlling our own goddamn self.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
So it starts to go ahead.
You know, that's really the greatness, bro, of time and things that no one can take from you, bro. And experience, you know, comes knowledge, bro, and wisdom beyond understanding within itself, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And that light turns on, and brother, if I could tell you, I relate to you, I can't tell you enough.
Yeah. Because like I was saying in the chat, it's like, I know you know, Will, like that monster, that beast, whatever, it's not gone. But by far, it's not gone. It's just more tame. Look, Mike, what up, Mike? You trying to get in? Motherfucker's supposed to be asleep. I might have to switch this to a late night show.
I'm about to feel this shit in a few hours. I got to get my ass up and do some oil field shit.
Man, I feel this shit every day. But again, I like this shit. This is dominating my day. So I can't never blame nobody for me not going to sleep.
Yes, sir.
So, you know,
You're still young. Fuck it.
Yeah, well, I was going to say that work the other day, man. I'm getting 40, and at 30, it's hot. At 40, it's your energy.
What you think about this statement? I was looking at something the other day, a podcast, and it says a man doesn't truly develop into his entirety until 40, 42 years old.
Yeah. For most men, I would say that's true. Think about in your own life. When does shit start to like really click and make sense?
You heard?
I'm about to be 40 and shit's starting to like click. Like the shit my parents and all my elders are saying, it makes sense. It's like, you know, stuff I read in the Bible and all the old scriptures, old history. Is like this shit all. I see the links. I see it. I really do. So it does frustrate me, you know, when I look out in the world and, you know, what's up, Whitney? What's up, Radisha? But it does frustrate me when I look out in the world and, you know, Facebook, social media, all that news, and I see the same shit happening over again. The same shit I read about, the same shit my uncles told me about, the same shit my grandparents told me about. It's happening all over again. And it's like you try to tell people this and they bark your head off. But, you know, again, that's part of dominating your day, because I could flip off. I tell them all the time, I could flip off and just fucking, you know, bite your head off too. But where we get if I bite your head off? Oh, shit. We lost Will, or is that my connection? I don't even know who I'm asking. It looks like it might be my connection, though. But yeah, so even like that's part of it. Like for me to even have these back and forths with people on social media, the debates and the arguments or whatever, it takes a sound mind, right? And with that, one of the things I learned about going back and forth with people about particularly beliefs, whether it be political, religious, or your favorite rapper, or whatever, right? One thing I realize is most people who are like sound and strong in what they believe in, they don't go off the handle. It's typically people who have questions or who haven't questioned what they believe in that go off the handle and try to take you over that ledge with them. No, no, like I've got to a point now where typically I play my role however I want to play it. Like people are like, you're upset. I'm like, what? I may be upset, but you're not dictating how I'm upset. I'm choosing to be upset and I'm choosing to cuss you out. But you see the words I'm using? That means I'm very deliberate in how I'm cussing your ass out. As opposed to just jumping into name calling, derogatory descriptions about people. No, we're not doing that over here. We're going to actually deal with the facts and the situation at hand. We're going to address the issue. We're not going to talk around the issue to try to piss somebody off to where we're not even arguing the point no more. That's what I learned what was happening. A lot of people will try to piss you off to where you're not even arguing your own point no more once they pull you out of it, because now you're in their realm. And that's what they say is the narcissists. Those are the narcissists. And there are a lot of narcissist people out there. But then again, everybody has a little narcissism in them. It's only a problem when it becomes a personality disorder. And I don't have the personality disorder. I can work, I can cooperate people, I can admit when I'm wrong. And that will be the paramount telltale of a narcissist. They will never admit they're wrong. They'll talk around it, but they will never admit they're wrong.
Man, gaslighting until the goddamn end.
Mm-hmm. And that's why, like the whole dominate your day thing. If you allow them to, pull your strings like that, a person like me, I'd just be getting stuck in the waters with them. But and you drown with them. If they're going down, they're taking everybody. They're taking the whole ship down with them too, and they're going to blame you because the ship went down.
Man, it's a constant cycle, brother.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you what, I got hit upside the head on this last drive coming out here to this damn West Texas with a force to be fucking respected. I got a realization and a grounded of life, and everything just hit me at once, man.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, Will, what the fuck have you done, brother? What are you doing? What are you doing? Stop playing with yourself, my boy. And it's just the realization of all the things coming together, bro, and hitting me at once. Man, I almost had to pull over. I almost wrecked my damn truck, man.
Mm-hmm.
That shit hit me so goddamn hard. Excuse my French, but I just had to. Whew. It's undescribable how much I had to control in that moment. So, man, I applaud you, brother, and I'm in complete agreement of what you're saying right now. Preach, tabernacle.
But I'm an introspective brother, man. I'm a reflective brother. That's me pretty much my whole life. That's what I do, and I do it for other people. Like me and my friends. I don't know, not even gonna mention like details, but had a little back and forth the other day, and I'm like, that's crazy. Like, I thought you knew me. Like, this is what I do. This is who I am. Like, the podcast stuff is not an act. Like, for anybody out there who might think this is an act, talk to my people. But
For real. I tell you one thing that I admire, man, and no homo, no diddy, whatever they say, but it's a shame. It's cliche to where men can't really express themselves to each other. Also, man, we're also the foundation of the center of the household. We got to step into our place, man. And I tell you one thing I've always admired about you, my boy. Always stood on your 10 about everything, wrong or right, unshakable. And that gives other people power. It gives other people energy. It gives other people light. It gives other people influence that they probably won't even admit. Like you said, the narcissist going to continue to pull from you, man. You don't even know you're feeding people, man. You're feeding people.
I done went through the fire, man. I done, like I said, and it may say I'm repetitive, but I went through a death, of spiritual death and a physical death at the same time.
Yes, sir.
I done went through the fire, man.
Man.
So if they want to go, if they want to take it to the deep water, I can swim, baby. You better burn shit down. I can stand right there and burn it with you, but I'm gonna ask you why we burning this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, metaphorically speaking. So I can roll toe to toe with you. I can roll with that's what, but that's also why now I'm at the point where I'm like, yeah, we like I was saying in the chat earlier, like, yeah, we joke around with the it's cool. Every once in a while, people are like, man, you a joke killer. You like no, not a joke. No, I was just like, at this point in life, man, it's time to get serious. Like, it's time to take life serious. We all have talents, even if we haven't tapped into them yet. I'm not even talking about just like in our group. I'm talking about like everybody watching right now. Like Whitney, your talent is nursing. So I would equate that to nurturing. Whatever you just powerful nurturer. Same thing with you, Nisha. You're a nurturer as well. You're nursing. As far as I'm seeing, you're a fucking creative. that comes from fucking here. The nurturing comes from here. Music, fatherhood, you know.
Yes,
That's
sir.
how I'm starting to look at people. I'm starting to look at who they are, right? Like your job is just a facet of who you are, but it comes from somewhere. And if you really love what you're doing, like Shaniqua, that's why I'm sharing her stuff in the group. Crafty Bay Company. She's doing the wood standing. Hat burning. Burning designs into hats, and she just did a fedora. Yeah,
That's loud.
I pay attention. But I love when people tap into their energy like that, to tap into who they are, that thing that gives them their passion. I love seeing that with people. And that's why I share it so much. That's why if you're in a group, you don't see me share a lot of negative shit. Like the podcast, you might be able to come to hear some negative stuff, or you might see some stuff that might be negative or antagonistic in the comments but as far as what I share, it's dominating my day. Can't you got to section the stuff off. There's got to be different catacombs, rooms, or corners, or whatever for this stuff. You got to be able to. What is the word? But y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, for example, you're mad at your boss. You can't come home and then be mad at your significant other. It doesn't work that way. You got to be able to section that shit off. Like, if you're still mad at your boss, pick that shit up at 8 o'clock tomorrow. When you get home and you enter this door, that shit's done. We're not even thinking about work. I used to tell my ex-wife that shit all the time. And, that's part of my whole dominate, day shit. 3 o'clock, I don't know what the fuck is going on with work anymore. I'm on to something else.
Nah, for real.
Job, y'all don't have to, stress me with details unless I ask you. Other than that, what do I need to do now?
Yes.
Because I know the details, and it's going to slow me down from what I need to do. For me to do, and it goes along with knowing yourself too. Like, I know if you, again, like I said, I know if you give me a lot of details, but you want this done, I'm going to try to get the details done too. But if you just wanted that done, just tell me you want this done. That's all you care about. Everything else is icing on the cake. And boom, that'll get done. And you might get the icing on the cake too. But you'll definitely get the task done that you requested of me. You know what I'm saying?
Type shit.
It's like, I had to learn that, like, from my crew, Will and them, from and like, you got to know who you are in order to put that foot down and be like, hey, look, man, like, this how you got to handle me. I express that to women too, but it's women. It's got to be more like, you can't come at a guy like a guy, and to him like a woman. Right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The feminine and masculine vibrations, my brother.
Like, I'll tell you right now, me as a man, I respond way more better That's two adjectives that I shouldn't even use together like that. But that's the best I can do right now. But I respond way better when you approach me and you're feminine as a woman. But if you approach me a guy, first off, I'm calculating now. Should I come at you like a man because you came at me like a man, or should I respect that you're a woman standing in front of me and give you that grace? Right?
That's a great word.
That's me dominating my day. Because I could start some shit, which in my youth, Will's knows my mouth was reckless. I would have started some shit on site. But now I'm like, nah, it ain't worth it. Like, it's not worth it. I could use this as a moment to actually, ask some questions, or we could find some common ground as opposed to just shutting you off completely and typically hurting you a little bit, quite frankly.
Yep. Putting that energy into matching instead of continuing to stay on your higher ground. It's the hardest part, and learning how to adjust. And like you said, grace, bro, it's the best thing. That's why I find the blessing in everything, bro. I find the silver lining in every situation, good or bad. Uncomfortableness is growth, brother.
That's a skill we have all got to practice, bro. And I realize that, again, I'm about to be 40 this year, and yeah, it's just things you realize, man. I did like with the grace thing. That's part of dominating my day too. Because if I can't extend grace to people, how could I ever expect to receive the grace?
You feel me?
Like I hate to use this term right here, but a lot of people I talk to on the left, and they criticize the right for this. It happens with everybody, but I know for a fact when I speak with people on the left who have a left-leaning political theology or philosophy, I should say, it typically turns into name calling,
sign language.
Right, we're not talking about the issue. They try to draw you out of the actual issue, and it doesn't become productive. It always turns into, how can I break you down so your words don't mean shit?
Mm-hmm. To keep feeding this demon that done latched onto my spirit to feel comfortable in my ignorance.
Mm-hmm.
To be able to say,
with the abilities I have with reading and retaining information, that's where I come in. I just throw your words right back at you, because you said you wanted to be accepted and you wanted to be respected. But as I said, well, you're not doing that with these people. Fuck those people. Well, when they say fuck those people, you should shut the fuck up. That's how it goes. You can't expect something from people that you're not willing to extend you can't expect people to treat you the way you want to be treated, and you're not willing to extend that to them. Right?
Yeah, and that's the blessing of it too. Like I was saying, man, uncomfortability shows growth. If you're not uncomfortable, you're not growing, bro.
Exactly.
And that's the grace that I give every situation, whether I'm in agreement or not. Hey, I'm gonna let you be yourself. I'm gonna give you grace, and I'm gonna plant seeds in our interaction. Every chance I get, I'm gonna plant a seed for us to reach common ground, a common denominator, and understanding, so that we can, like you said, be productive with this interaction. And
go ahead.
Utilize this interaction for what it's for. Because I don't think anything is a coincidence. It's all for a reason.
Right.
Feel me?
Definitely.
Yes, sir.
The thing about human psychology, two things we do. We operate and recognize patterns, and we protect ourselves, generally speaking, when we generalize things. So as I started to, that's why I'm glad I took psychology. People are like, you can't use psychology for nothing. It doesn't apply to nothing. It applies to a whole range of things. You just got to know how to apply it. And I apply it this way. It's helpful philosophy of dominate your day. Like people like to say and I've been fighting this a lot on Facebook and social media. I don't know if y'all seen, but the whole everything's racist, Everything's oppressive. It's always bigots, and we will never be able to make it. You know, that whole line of rhetoric, right? I know y'all know it because they've been saying it for like 200 years. And my whole thing with that is, again, dominate your day. If I've got to ask anybody for 200 years for the same shit over and over and over, at some point I'm going to get fucking tired and just do it myself.
Yes, sir. That's a precept. We told this mountain long enough.
I'm not going to keep arguing the point. Especially with people who are descendants of the people who started the point to be argued in the first place.
Man, you know, and if you don't give grace to a situation, you sit back and be arguing over the simplest thing of just a person who just likes to be argumentative, not even reaching the plateau of the conversation.
Mm-hmm. I that in myself, like at work, for instance, you know, again, I'm an inquisitive guy, but I had to start changing my mentality. So I basically switched it to, okay, well, this is my job description. Again, what do y'all need me to do so I can do that? And I'm going to get that shit done. You tell me you need to get shit done? Okay, you got no questions for me. I got a directive from my boss. Well, what did she need you to do this for? I don't know. She gave me a directive.
Let's get it done.
Exactly. And the phrase is good leaders also have to be good followers.
Man, what?
I had to learn, and that's a part of the humbling yourself. You can't take orders, man. If you can't take lead, like,
man,
I don't know what to tell you. There's got to there's such thing. There's hierarchy is real.
It's levels.
And I've said before that, man, I need to go back to every one of my managers and apologize to them now as I'm getting more advanced and running my own business, because, man, it's rough. And I know, in hindsight, I know I didn't make it easy at all.
Man, you know what I mean? He comes back and give you a different perspective to understand that those things that you were troubling with, to say, hey, man, I don't see, I'm not reaching understanding on what you bring it to me. And then you go forward in life. You come back to those things, and the blessing is be able to come back and tell that person, like you said, hey, man, please forgive me, brother. Please forgive me.
I ain't gonna lie, I did that to one of my managers when I worked at Freddy's. Some of y'all know I worked at Freddy's. So I did get let go from Freddy's, but I took the lessons that I learned there, and that's important. Wherever the fuck you're at, you need to take the lessons that you can find and use that to expand your life, right? So as I started to bring on people to work, like Will, me and you went head to head. So after all that, then my brother and then Jarvis, I had people work with me, and after doing that, it was like, man, I seen her. I was like, hey, stop, guys. She was like, oh, it's okay. I was like, no, you don't understand. I understand now. I apologize.
Yeah, and they'll hit you with, you be sitting there pouring your heart out, and they're like, man, bro, what's understood don't need to be explained. I already seen it. I already seen where you were going, and that's the beautifulness of interacting with each other. People don't understand. We need each other, bro. More than you know, we need each other, bro. We got to sit back and interact with each other, communicate, bro.
And Pete, look, this is the first job that I probably burned the bridge with the employment, no cap. But I didn't burn the bridge with the person. You know what I'm saying?
What you said, I'm sitting out here at work, and it's just great. The greatness of it is, in this oil field, you can lose a job and go right next door and get another job. That shit saved me. I done burned so many goddamn bridges and my emotions, bro, and just learning who I am and coming back to it and being embarrassed as hell. Like, god damn.
And that's what it is for us guys, ladies. That loss. We feel the pain of that loss. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, you get them responsibilities built up, and a real man is like, he got to handle his responsibilities, and he got pride, and people are like, so pride is a sin, right? But it can't be a sin to be prideful that, let's say, your daughter accomplished something, right? Or that you take pride in the service that you provide in doing your job for, let's say, the region, the city, state. I don't think there's nothing wrong in taking pride in those things because they benefit people outside of you. I think the real sin is the pride in yourself, which leads to an overblown ego, which is a symptom and sign of a narcissist.
Man, burning your own bridges, burning yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. Burning that bridge with understanding, not even getting to the point of getting what you're supposed to get from that shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
And then being frustrated and then continuing to go down that wrong path, like, man, looking for something different, doing the same thing, and you reach that point. If you live long enough, God blessing, to understand where you went wrong, man.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Some people take that time, though. Some people don't take that time. And
every day I give everybody I can their flowers, bro. Like it's the last day I see them. That's my theory. I talk to people like it's the last day I'm gonna see you, man. And that's a humbling effect in itself to even the things that we don't know, and God to say, okay, well, I'll tell you what, I see where your heart's at. Let me go ahead and give you where you were stubborn at. Let me go ahead and open that box back up and dust that shit off and give it to you, because I see where your heart's at. And finally your ass became unhard-headed enough to understand.
mm-hmm. Real. Let me go ahead and get that speck out your eye real quick. It's just
Feel me?
Oh, like
that shit's heavy, man.
Like people like in America, for instance, people understand really how good we have it. It may suck, whatever you want to call it, but think about how many countries are third world. Then from that, how many countries have roads? Then you go above that, how many countries have consistently working plumbing?
Man.
Strong construction industries.
And
not a lot out there.
The quality of life is still better than us over here in this old Western world, huh?
Some places.
As far as relationships you have and the value you have with people, man, that's what value is. Relationships, man. You being able to go outside and I said, man, I'm grieving, bro, and your neighbor right there, you able to communicate and say, that motherfucker tell you the same thing, man, I'm grieving. Well, let's grieve together. Let's see if we can build something from this.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go put these sticks and mud together and build something real quick. And that's the thing, is we're limited over here, bro, and everything is a boundary on what we can do with our minds, bro. We can't go outside and, like you say, build a pond, build a garden, go capture some cattle and build a community within ourselves, man. But like you said, those other third world countries, they can, but they'll have no roads or running water. So it's kind of like a sacrifice and a tit for tat. But who's really winning? I don't know.
Yeah,
man. Maybe that was a little bit far fetched. I'll be drifting, bro.
That's your perspective. And that's all we do here. We respect people's perspective. The only thing we really don't do here is call people out their fucking names. Because I want this to be raw. I want this to be truthful. I want this to be honest. And I don't take passion anymore. Again, that's the whole dominate your day thing. I don't take people's passion any more offensive than I would take them just speaking to me normal. I just recognize it for what it is. You're passionate about it. Because if you're really upset and really that angry, you'd punch me in my face.
True story. Starting up this new job, bro. First week coming out of damn orientation, I met this guy's two brothers, and they told me about him. They said, man, he's wild. Our bro is wild. He's a middle child. He's wild, though. And I didn't know what the fuck they were talking about until I got out there with him and I shadowed with him. And he kind of showed me the ropes because he was out there, not knowing this motherfucker just started like me. So I'm giving him respect to, like, he's been there. I'm like, okay, you know a lot, bro. You know a lot. You teach me a lot. Man, it turns out I kind of felt a little bit of animosity in his eyes, bro. I just felt how he moved, how he was impatient with me. I said, I tell you what, after this shift, man, we work hard. Let's go out and have a beer, bro. Sit down real quick as man. I feel like something I need to connect with you on. I don't feel like there's understanding between each other. I feel like there's a void, man. There's something going on. Let's fix this. Get out there, bro. When I go to this Mexican restaurant full of Spanish speaking people, I don't know what's going on. Turns out this dude don't like black people, bro. And the first thing he said after he had a few beers in him, and we met up with two of my peers who actually managed. I was a manager at the previous job, and they're still there. And I quit that motherfucker, burned that bridge. Just speaking of burned bridges, but they still respected me. And I was like, "Yeah, what's up, Will? It was good to see me, man." They're Mexican, Spanish descent and everything, speaking Spanish, and dude just got loose. And he said, "Man, I don't understand black people, man. Y'all always late, and you always pulling a race card, and it's always something with you guys." And I said, "Whoa." I looked at old buddy. He looked at me. He kind of just looked down. And the other dude, he was young, so he was like, he was looking up to me. He only 18. And when we met, he was real young, and I showed him the ropes to a lot of things. And he was like, "God damn, I wasn't expecting this. I wasn't either." And me, I'm trying to de-escalate because at this point, I'm like, "Boy, what's going on? This is, you think you're prepared when you go out, and I'm preparing myself for this. Go back out here to this oil field. I can't stand it, but I'm prepared. I'm like, okay, I'm prepared this time. I'm gonna be able to handle whatever comes at me. I've learned, man. I did not expect this shit here, bro." So it ended up, man, going back. I had to go. He said all this shit, man, and I'm like, "Bro, we got to go to work together tomorrow, bro." Is this man trying to kill me and set me up, bro? This shit ain't no joke. You could die every day out here on this equipment, man. So I'm like, "Hey, whoa." And and old buddy was saying, "All right, chill, man. You get a little too deep." And I try to understand with him. I say, "Hey, man, I finally just had to say, bottom line, bro, I'm a black man, and as a black culture with men of of knowledge and solid men, we can't stand niggas, man. We I feel you, brother. I feel you. I can't stand a lazy ass dude anyway, regardless of what color, race, whatever, bro. But goddamn, you just said what you just said. That shit, it was heavy. So
Right.
going to work, bro, the next 3 days, bro, I could see, and I started making sense, and I said, okay, I can see where this animosity comes from. So I finally just had to tell him, "Look, man, you don't know who I am. You don't know what I'm capable of. You never don't come judge a man that you ain't never even got an opportunity to understand, my guy." And that was a whole learning experience, man. I don't want to drift too far off with it, but that shit right there.
It's still part of that theme right there, because most people like, what you didn't do is you didn't call them racist.
Yeah, I gave him a grace that I've never been able to achieve, bro.
No, you realized it for what it was. Well, in your case, it is that, yeah. But in my case, I just realized I came to realize what it was. I had a similar situation when I worked out in Austin or Cedar Park. They thought our what do they call them, yard man, what they call the lead foreman. So they thought our foreman was racist. He looked like a redneck. He dressed like one, walked like one, talked like one. And as I get older now, redneck is kind of racist in itself, but that's the best way I can use to describe this character, because stereotypes are real.
Man, what? The elephant in the room.
Yeah, which is what I'm leading into. So, come to find out, he didn't like. So he had a problem. Essentially, what it looked like, because it looked like a bunch of black, because a lot of black people were being hired. So it looked like he didn't like black people. But as I started to assess the situation, okay, Johnny then showed up late every day, but the day he's supposed to get paid. This one, he show up every day on time, but on Friday he always got an excuse on why he got to leave early. This one go in the fucking break room every 20 minutes because he talk about it's hot, but we work outside, and that's what we signed up for. So starting stuff I started to see and started to notice that if I was working this business, if this is my business, and I'm paying you money to do your job, right? So Will, everybody out there, paying people out of your business, out of your pocket, whatever the case may be, are you going to pay them to work 8 hours? Or are you paying them to stay on the clock for 8 hours and actually do 2 hours of work?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just for them to complain that you're not paying them enough.
Yeah. The struggle. The struggle of running a business. Employees. Yes, sir. You know, and that's a whole different understanding, man. Because you sitting here thinking, like, and this man is undercutting me. This man might be going in debt just to make sure that I get my paycheck this Friday. You know, and it's different perspectives, you know, and how you handle those, man, is what makes you be able to reach a understanding and a positive outcome out of that, instead of just hopping off the deep end and getting ignorant.
Look, Pete, we had one dude, he fired him. This one, I respect. I don't want to say respect him, but I mean I respect the hustle, but it was weird because he didn't want to work when he had a job. Then they fired him. He showed up the next week on time to do work. We were all like, "What? Why wouldn't you just say did the work so you didn't lose your job in the first place?" Man, they came and got that dude off the table, man, sent him on his way. Like, now, granted, the people that came behind us, the white people weren't no better. I think he actually treated them worse.
Well, damn.
I guess he expected, you know, I don't know. I can't say he expected more from them, but it's like, but a lot of them did take advantage of, you know, they try to take advantage. Oh, I got to, you know, the white boss hired by the white guys, and I'm cool with all the white people. I can kind of do what I want, float around here. I'm cool. I just be if I don't keep this job, I always got another one. I can just work for my dad. Those type guys.
Yeah, I feel that.
So as time went on, I started to see he's not racist. He just don't like people. He like workers. Point blank, period. Can you get the job done? You got 8 hours. Can you get the job done?
Yeah, facts. Yeah, facts. And that's how I felt about old buddy. Because I'm like, man, this guy's laughing around me. He's showing me things, his personal life. He's showing me things he likes, he don't like. You know, man, I don't think I would never thought this dude didn't like black people, man, until he said it. And then, but I'm like, I'm different. He said, and I finally asked him, I said, man, what's different with me, bro? He said, nah, man. I said, do I work hard? Am I lazy, bro? Do I make up excuses? Am I racist, bro? He said, nah, man. He said, nah, man, I like you a lot, bro. And he says the other 90% it's just been showing. And
Mm-hmm.
and I thought to myself, I had to talk to the other manager who's a black guy. He said, man, even if that was true, bro, you don't say that shit.
Most black people say that. So I have a problem with that because it's like we're not even being honest at that point.
Yeah, and that's why I had to realize I had to humble myself. I said, man, he's being real, bro. I appreciate your honesty,
Accept the feedback. We always talk about constructive. That's constructive criticism. He didn't say he hated you. He didn't say anything about him hating you.
Thanks.
He said he disliked about how you operate, and that's the same things I started to hear with my boss. He's not saying anything about anybody's race. I mean, the best thing he said to us about was Rastafarians. But when the white boys came, he started calling them white boys. We used to look at him like, motherfucker, ain't you white? You know what I'm saying? So shit like that, right? So it started, to kind of, knock some shit loose in here.
Yes, sir.
That's why I'm like, is it really racism or is it just prejudice? Because again, most people operate off of generalities and patterns.
Yep.
So if all their life they've seen this general pattern,
it becomes a belief.
until they're shown otherwise.
Yes, sir.
Everybody takes that same precaution. It's a self-preservation tool that we have built into us.
Man, that's facts, man. My uncle was saying the same thing. Self-preservation.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
So
sir.
that's when I started to look at racism as self-preservation. It started to kind of like break down the walls a little bit. And then you start to actually listen to what they're saying. Most of them aren't talking about your skin color in 2025.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're talking about your behavior. So again, that goes back to dominate your day. Why are you cussing out the person that just tried to help you at the fucking Wendy's or that couldn't help you? There's no reason a person at Wendy's should be getting cussed out because they couldn't give you 2 extra packets of mayonnaise.
Man.
Like who? What? Now the person at Wendy's would be wrong for jumping over the counter and punching your fucking face.
Yep.
Because you came at them sideways about some fucking mayonnaise.
Yep. You done changed someone's life over something so simple.
And I'm guilty in my younger days. You put mayonnaise on my burger, there's an issue. But I'm a lot more cool with it now. I go in there, I let them know, hey, y'all put mayonnaise on my burger. I just want to get my money back.
Yep.
I'm not about to discuss this with you. We're not about to have an argument. There's not even about to be a back and forth.
Shit. I done went a step further. I done came into agreement and settled with the fact that I might not even get my money back. Fuck it. But I'm a damn sure be able to walk away from this.
Yeah.
And you know, when I go home and I go to sleep that evening and I say, man, I did what I was supposed to do. I did the best thing I could have did.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with that situation, and that's growth, bro. That's amazing. That's amazing, bro. To be able to say, well, damn, no regrets. I didn't do what I usually would do in the past.
And that shit is weird, ain't it? That shit gives you a weird feeling like, you know what? It's almost like you want to go do what you used to do, but it's like it's not worth it. Is that how you feel about it?
I mean, exactly. You know, and then there's, like you said, it's that regret of saying, you know, I have children now, man. I have to be a model. I'm a model of what I want them to learn. And I'm glad that I overcame that obstacle, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was able to get past that on the higher level. You know, I was able to stay on my vibration, stay on where I'm at. I didn't have to go lower to go down to his level, his or her level to you know, and I came out victorious on those situations, and that's what I'm at these days, bro. Like you say, get it done. Shit, conquer the day, conquer every situation.
Larry the Cable Guy Larry the Cable Guy got get her done.
Get it done. That's my phrase these days, bro. That's what I'm about, man. That one thing the oil field taught me. Fuck how you feel.
You gotta have a mentality. When you working at heavy machinery like that, well, you gotta have a mentality. Especially in Texas heat, heavy machinery and Texas heat do not mix. You have to have a get it done mentality.
Get this shit done. Get away from this motherfucking shit. This motherfucker gonna melt my damn face off.
Man.
Ain't no emotion. You can't bring that emotion. That's the hardest thing to do, bro. Is leave them emotions at the door, bro. Everything that you come through, whether it be a relationship, whether it be something that you feel like you didn't do before you left, whether it be you ain't tell your kids you loved them before you left, that shit stays with you, sticks with you. You gotta leave all that shit at the front of the location, bro, and be able to continue, like you said, self-preservation. Be able to make it out of that damn shift. Shit, make it back home. You know, to the things that you care about, the things that matter, man. You know, and that's what's crazy, bro. Every time I come home, it never fails. It's something that tests my energy. It's a test my triggers, bro. Whether it be bad driving, bro, dudes just pulling out in front of you, ignorant. It'd be your own people. So I was like, God damn. So dude pulled straight out in front of me. I almost destroyed my damn. And you know, when you got a car, you got insurance. Regardless if the car is old, that damn full coverage ain't gonna do shit. I'm like, man, I'm gonna take a loss regardless, bro. So I got to protect this motherfucking truck. I'm gonna lose this motherfucker regardless of if his insurance pays for it or not. I'm gonna lose my truck, man. So I gotta protect and preserve, bro. You know, and man, it just it's I don't know if you've been going through it. I don't know who else in the chat been dealing with it, but it seems like it's been a hell of a lot more of it's ever been that I've experienced this year, bro, of triggers, things that just want to trigger you, right?
Well, see, what it sounds like is you're at the beginning of that journey. If you're feeling all those triggers, that means you're just now touching on what's causing you to be triggered. I'm a little bit further along to where I'm like, I see what you're trying to do. Yeah, I see what you're trying to do.
Nah, but
You
see,
almost
it's more of a, no, excuse me, bro. I don't mean to interrupt you, but it's more of like, I understand and you understand what you're doing, you know, and it's kind of like I've grown past this. Why am I still experiencing this? You know,
mm-hmm.
why am I still dealing with this? And why is this energy coming to me? Is it something that I've put out in the atmosphere that's coming back on my ass?
Yeah.
You know, you being a person of deep thought.
You can't control other people.
Facts. You know, and that's what exactly, bro.
Point blank period. You can't control other people. They're gonna bring shit your way. It's up to you how you handle it.
Man, facts.
Because they're not killing you. I mean, you like just let that shit go. Like people are like, he called me a nigger. I'm like, motherfucker, your homeboy just called you nigger 25 times 30 seconds ago. Like, what are we doing? Like you be mad at somebody, be mad at him. Like
Sir, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
and people are like,
Yes,
well, you tell
sir.
people on social media, you start calling them out their name. Wrong, incorrect. I provide 3 opportunities. You get that first warning, you get that second warning, and then you get that third warning. And then it's like, are you sure you want to go through with this? And sometimes motherfuckers are like, they keep going, and that's when they get the tongue. But mostly people pull back. Mostly people pull back from it, and we have a meaningful discussion, and or we don't. But the whole name calling thing, like, nah, y'all tear people all day on Facebook, TikTok, fucking Instagram, fucking Snap. Y'all tear people the fuck down. And nah, I'm not. Y'all not about to fuck up my day. Again, dominate my day. This moment is this moment. Y'all not about to fuck up my day. I tell you that now. So when I'm done, and my sister knows. I tell her all the time. I tell my brothers, Will, you seen it? I cuss you out and be done with it and go about my day because that moment is over.
Yeah.
Hey man, we still talk about that? I'm not. No, that. Hey, bro, get on the game. That moment is over, bro.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. Like, we're not about to fucking fight over this shit to the death. Let the shit pass.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll address some shit if we need to address it, but if it's not something that need to be addressed like that shit,
Yeah, it's like in relationships though. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to do that in relationships because you got to go back around that motherfucker regardless. Just like at the job. It's like, okay, man, I tell you what, I'm at a point where, all right, I'll let it go, but I'm not gonna be selfish with it. I'm gonna say, okay, did you get that shit off your spirit? Because a lot of people, man, like you say, you done with it. Them motherfuckers ain't done with it. You know, and that's where the pettiness comes in. You don't know who you're dealing with, man. I'm guilty of that, bro. I'm like, okay, I'll tell you what, you're dealing with a deep thought. I'm a deep thinker, bro. I'm an overthinker, bro. I will dissect the shit out of how I'm about to get your ass back until it gets done. I had to grow out of that shit too. And so especially in relationships, you like, hey, are you good? Are you good with this? Let's reach a resolve. Make sure that you're settled with how this outcome can, because I can walk away from it all day, but I still got to be around you. So let's get this off. Let's get this off of our spirits. Let me go ahead and let you get that off your spirit. Let me sit back and listen. Show you that I'm capable of true leadership and being able to fucking listen. Say, hey, go ahead. Let me shut my ass up real quick. You may not be done with that. I had to realize that in my relationship with my kid's mom, man. And that's where a lot of it came from. It's like, okay, and a lot of things that men have to realize with women also is the emotional aspect. We're not in tune with just being letting our emotions control our mind, you know, and we say, well, let that emotion go. But at the end of the day, you got to realize, like you said, I got to give that feminine energy also. Can't be all masculine. So
Yeah.
I got to say, okay, let me go ahead and bring you some feminine vibrations real quick. You know, I ain't got to be gay or nothing like that, but a man should be able to yin and yang, right?
Mm-hmm.
Show both sides. So I'm gonna let you go ahead and get what you need off out of, you know, so that you can get what I got out of this, and this is resolve. That's the true destination I'm looking for. Not to be right, but to have resolve and let it go, like you said. And you know, a lot of people ain't good with letting that shit go, man.
Yeah. Like you said, the whole being right thing. Like me and my ex got into that a lot because it's like she thought I was trying to be right. And that's just like I'm not trying to be right. And I do this to everybody. I'm not trying to be right. I'm just trying to make sure you're not wrong. It's a slight play on words, but I'm not saying I'm right. But I know for a fact you're fucking wrong. You know what I'm saying?
It's like when I'm wrong, I'm still right because I knew I was right before I was wrong. So I'm still
Oh, and
right.
that's what really got me in trouble when I turned out to be right. Now I can't even look at you because there's a scowl on my face.
Yeah, man.
Like maybe I should just stop reading books and shit because it's not helping me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, yes, sir. When you get when you start learning, you start knowing a lot, man. That's also a curse. Also, when you get around certain people, man, because you're like, shit, this motherfucker don't understand. He don't understand how I understand it. He don't know what I know. He hasn't, you know, got to that point of knowledge to understand why I'm doing what I'm doing and the energy I'm giving you. You might take it completely wrong.
Oh, that's my whole life, bro. That's literally my whole life. My brother, like me and my brother quit last week, no, 2 weeks ago, and we had a talk, and he is back on the crew now. But it's like he's like the essential of it was like there's a method to your madness. Like, yeah, I tell everybody there's a madness, of course. I'm fucking crazy. I'm not insane, crazy. Meaning I don't operate in the same way that everybody else operates. No, I use alternate paths, all that shit, and the shit works out and it's cohesive and all that. So he's like, I don't know. He's like, I see where you're going with it. I'm not sure exactly the ins and outs of it, but the shit works. Whatever the fuck you got going on works. So I'm just like, yeah, bro, just gotta roll with it. Just
Yeah, it's that
gotta roll with it.
it's that godly wisdom, man. It's playing chess with the situation. It's like, you eventually it's gonna come to you, and that frustrates people too, man. Because it's like, motherfucker, why don't you just say that?
And yeah, we had a back and forth about that because he asked me a question. I was like, bro, I don't know. If I had the information, I'll tell you right now. He was like, no, just tell me. I was like, there's like nothing to tell. Just this is just how it works. Like, are you there?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
what you
man.
see? Because I can't see.
Yeah, man. Especially as grown folks, we want to at least have the opportunity to say, okay, he respects he respects me. That's how he say it, more of what you say. So you also giving me grace to be, okay, I'm wrong, bro, but don't slap me in the face with it.
Yeah,
Don't
and that's
belittle me.
I've learned. That's a lesson I've actually learned going back and forth with these people on social media like that. Like I didn't ask a lot of questions. Now I'm asking questions because we need to clarify what we're talking about before we get too deep into this discussion. Because if we're talking about two different things and you're going to go trail off on other shit, I'm going to make my exit. You know what I'm saying? But if we're talking about this right here, okay, let's talk about this, right? And, so like same thing with the episode, the podcast episodes. Whenever we talk about the topic, I try to make sure we all talk around the topic, as opposed to just like we want to be talking about when we talk about investments, and then all of a sudden now we're talking about dolphins swimming in the ocean. Like, no, now it sounds like a whole current events episode. But,
Yeah, stick to the task.
right. And it actually, doing that for over a prolonged time actually kind of trains the mind, to focus on those things. That's why, like, especially on Facebook, somebody says something that contradicts what they were saying earlier, and I'm like, no, I'm not even about to argue this point. I'm just about to screenshot what they said, circle it, and put it back to them so they can see the bullshit they just said earlier and try to pass off on me. They don't like that
Yes,
either.
sir. And that's shit. And that's where you got to get that grace, because think about it, brother. We come from a generation of ADHD, ADD, attention deficit, hyperactivity, overthinking. You know, these mental issues, trauma. You know, and that's why I try to give people grace and understanding, man. Like, yeah, bro, I'm not perfect either, bro. Let me step down a little bit, try to reach a common ground with you, big dog.
Mm-hmm.
And
And you seen earlier, same thing. Touche, you got me. I was wrong. I was wrong. I can admit it. I love
yeah,
saying touche.
that was
For me, it's like that makes it easier. Actually, when I say touche, like then I could say I'm wrong. When he just jump into it, I was wrong. Your brain don't like that. Like your ego don't like
yes,
that.
sir. Yes, sir. Big facts.
So it's like so I de-arm myself. Touche, you got me. I was
There you
wrong.
go. Yes, sir. I show you my soft spot, big dog. I show you I'm still vulnerable, big dog. You know, I don't hate you, man. But that's great. Like you said, man, being friends with y'all boys, man, what, 25 years now, man?
Bro, probably one of the most cohesive groups that I've ever had any privy knowledge of. For the simple fact that, yeah, ever since elementary school, and it's no major fallouts, no major fights. Like, that's rare.
Hey, I'm still surprised, man. To this day, I'm like, man, it's a blessing, man.
Like, the last time any of us came to blows was what? Sixth grade, seventh grade, maybe you and Leonard?
Yeah.
No. Let's take that back a little. Maybe we were 20 in Heights when me and you stayed together when we were all rooming there. That might have been the last blows, though. Unless I don't know. Unless I don't, yeah, I don't know, cause yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's over
that might have
10
been
years,
the last
10,
blows
10.
room. Cause Leonard was well into his relationship at that time.
Yep, and just into the growth, we weren't as developed as we were, and being able to conquer our emotions and being emotionally intelligent, But the blessing is we still was able to come back and say, "Hey, bro, you good? I'm good, fool." Shit, and realizing, man, shit, don't nobody want to be alone, man. I was for years, I was cool, been being alone by my damn self. Then I started to realize, man, is it me? Is it me? Am I being a little bit too goddamn perfectionist with how I approach people, man? It's gonna leave me by myself. No matter how successful I am, bro, it's lonely. Where you can't share the spoils of your labor with someone, and what is it worth?
Shit, spoilers. You can't get them.
Right? Can you reach it? Yes, sir, man. I was like, shit. Let me humble my goddamn self, man. Let me chill out on my hard headedness and see what's really going on. It's easy, because I'll be damned if I ain't realize, man, we've been friends 20 some 30 almost years. These motherfuckers, they're not my enemies. Shit. And it's great, man, to be able to be yourself around people, man, a person. For understanding is immeasurable, bro. Having someone to understand you, bro, is immeasurable.
Oh man,
Whew.
tell me about it.
Then you get to a point, like you said, man, you get so much knowledge, and you start to question yourself. You start to question reality. You start to question different aspects of life and things that you experience, and you're like, okay, I need to get back grounded. I don't have them. I don't have a fucking circle.
Man,
And then you start going stir crazy, insanity. So that's a great thing, man. And that's why I always, like I was saying, treat every day like it's my last time I'm gonna see you, bro. Because I don't want to hear something happen to you, man, and are me, and I didn't get to goddamn resolve that with you.
Yeah.
Some people carry that forever, and then you know your self esteem comes in a play with it, and you start to you know become depressed, and you're like, man, bro. And some things you don't forgive yourself, you don't get over, you carry it with you for the rest of your life. The most simple thing, bro. People are carrying with them to their grave.
Tell me about it. I tell my brother all the time, bro. Because you know with the accident and stuff, and you know the whole dominate your day philosophy. There's a downside for me, I believe that like man, I ain't got time to be sad. I don't have time to be sad. I don't have time to be mopey or depressed and none of that shit and all that shit that brings you down. I don't have time for that shit. So what that means is it's probably gonna pop up on me all at once when I'm like 75, 76 years old. I'm just gonna be watching TV and I'm just gonna fucking start crying like a ball of Cindy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what's gonna happen. Not talking into existence. I'm just being trying to be statistically sound. I'm pretty sure that that's what's going to happen. But after that, it'll be straight. It'll be cool.
Hey, I'm tell you like this, brother. I've reached that area of my life of understanding, and these days, hey man, I've dealt with it. So I would urge you to do the same, bro, because time is of the essence. You don't know how much time we have with people, man.
Bit by bit. I mean, there's some, this it's. I mean, like we talked about it. We got good lies. But their thing, I mean, I will say it didn't turn out the way I had expected.
Facts.
Those are the things that, like for instance, my oldest daughter is in Cedar Park right now. That's where she's living with her mom, and my youngest is with her mom. I always wanted a son. I always wanted a family. And to not even be able to hold my kids, that's a whole different type of,
Ooh.
yeah.
Hey, speaking of that, right on topic, man. I was sitting back, man, and things come to me, man. When you reach that plateau of just acceptance, saying I can't control everything, things come to you. The universe starts to give you these things that you ask for, right? So,
Mm.
dude came to me, man. I met him in North Dakota, bro. It's just random as shit. Ended up spending more time with him as I came to Texas. And the dude told me something. He said, Will, you always, you continually bring up how, you're frustrated when you go home because your house is a mess, kids out of order, no boundaries are being set. They're chaotic. But Will, you got to look at the other side of it. A dirty house means a happy home. Dishes in the
Mm.
sink means uh, full bellies. A loud house, kids yelling and screaming. What's that mean? It means happiness. And I said, wow, bro. He said, man, yeah, man, you done messed around and got so frustrated and thinking that these are bad things and you're trying to control it, but you don't realize you're truly blessed, man. That shit hit me like a ton of bricks, bro.
Yeah, bro. Like we even go over that. We went over that in our psychology classes. The homes that produce the most, let's say, creative and educated children were typically the homes you found messy. The,
Nah, for real.
the creativity is messy.
Yes, sir.
It's not clean.
And that
Like when
touched
you make a
every
beat,
ounce of
how
my
many beats
Virgo, bro.
that were clean while you were making it?
Man, that was one of the hardest things I had to realize. I said, man, this horoscope shit might actually have some validity to it. Because, boy, Virgos sure do love order. I had to get over that. I said, man, let me get rid of that. You know,
On that note, real quick, I argue that point all the time. People are like, "Well, how can the stars have an effect on you? It's just stars. How can constellations? Who cares about your signs? It's not real." Well, you can see the star. It's simple logic for me. meaning that that light from that star, that constellation that you're seeing, hit your eye, your retina, meaning that light is shining on your body somewhere. You picked up on that light coming from that constellation. So when you were born at that time, that energy from that light was in the atmosphere around your birth.
Yeah.
When you came to this dimension.
Ingrained in your DNA.
Right. That's the energy signature of the universe at the time that you were born, or the energy signature of the galaxy, or the planet, or the stars, whatever you want to call it. That's the energy signature around you when you were born.
Man, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
Man. That's heavy, man. No, that's heavy, man. You know, you start to realize your patterns. You start to realize your good and your bad parts of your personality. You struggle with those, and then interacting with other people in that struggle, getting rid of that shit because everybody wants to be accepted, man. Regardless of how hard headed or stubborn, or like you said, how right I'm always thinking I am. Shit, if I don't have an audience, what shit? What am I doing? Am I right? Am I wrong?
Mm-hmm. Another thing about isolation, you got nobody to bounce off of. You can bounce off your mind for a while, but your mind itself, it only has so many limits. You're only reflecting yourself at the end of the day.
Man.
I mean, if you're interacting with your mind, but if you're doing like transcendental meditation, you're not interacting with mind at all. You're just practicing being there. But if you're having self conversations, you're only going to be limited so much. For one, your own knowledge is limited, and then two, you're only reflecting yourself.
Hold on. What's that word you just said? Transcendental.
Transcendental meditation.
All right.
Transcending the mind, all that.
Elaborate on that.
Oh, you never tried it? It's dope. So let's break this down real quick. So you're thinking right now, right? Or you have a thought in your head, right? Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Try not having a thought in your head.
Oh, that's a whole nother struggle, bro. I'm an overthinker.
Right. So the thing in that, right, is that typically when you try to stop thoughts, you have to create a thought to stop the thought.
There it goes.
So the whole point of transcendental meditation is to not have any thoughts. Don't even think about stopping the thoughts. Let them flow and do what they will, and eventually they stop. When they stop, it's trust me, bro.
I might have to go into hypnosis to cure that shit.
When they stop, it's a peaceful place, a peaceful point. And if you come back with it, man, and to be able to hold it, it's almost like ultra instinct.
Yeah, let me stop capping because at the end of the day, I am on that level. I am becoming water, bro. Becoming fluid. Letting those go on with the flow.
Fluid. It's not even about being fluid, bro. It's about the yin and yang. Either you're fully here or you're fully not here. Like fully. So like I said, Ultra Instinct. So the way Ultra Instinct is described is Goku's now moving without thinking. He's fully aware. He's fully here. His body is fully aware. His body is fully here. Therefore, he doesn't have to think about what he needs to do. It's all interconnected.
So that goes in with the saying of yesterday is gone, tomorrow's not here, live for today.
I'd say that's more along the lines of what I say with the dominate your day. Transcendental meditation is none of that. What is day? What is day if you're not here to experience it?
Right. Does a tree make a sound if no one hears it when it falls?
Right? What sound does one hand make when it claps?
I don't know. I don't know
Yeah.
what that feels like. I just know the sound of the gun when it goes off.
Right. So so with the transcendental meditation, like when I was doing it, I started to realize that your body has all these senses, the sensory input that you can tap into that a lot of people don't realize. There's a thing called proprioception. It basically tells you where your body is at in space as you move. But when you enhance that proprioception, and that's typically a side effect of, well, my side effect of the transcendental meditation, gives you almost like I won't say it's a spider sense, but it's like it's an enhanced awareness, because everybody's got like that bubble of awareness. You know when somebody's in your bubble, right?
Mm-hmm.
The average person bubble about 3 to 4 feet. Now, I'm 5'8". My bubble is about 6, 7 feet. If
All
I've
right.
got nothing, if I've got nothing going on, my mind's not bogged down, I'm not intently focused on what I'm doing, I'm just chilling in my everyday life, I can feel you about when you come into my bubble about 7 feet away from me. And that's why when COVID happened, they were like, we need everybody 6 feet distance. I was like, fucking yes, finally. I go to HEB and nobody's on my fucking back breathing on my fucking neck. You know what I'm saying? That shit was
Yeah.
perfect. But so like I would kind of teach my stepkids how to do it. I tell them I'd tell them to close their eyes, relax, chill. Then I'd do something, and I'd focus on something in the distance with them. Be like, all right, you hear that bird? Or I mean, it wouldn't be the distance. It'd be so like I'd pick out something amongst the noise that I'm picking up on that I know they're not picking up on. So I'd ask them, you hear that bird? And like, what bird? And I'm like, shh, listen. After a while, oh, I hear it. I'm like, yeah, you hear the cars? I'm like, I hear all the cars. I'm like, you hear the people talking down the street? I'm like, I hear people talking down the street. I'm like, good, good. Like, what do you feel around you? It's like, I feel the air. But where's it coming from? You know what I'm saying? And so that was part of like the martial arts training, and then I realized at some point you could end up blind. And I guess I'm a prepper that way. So I wanted to enhance those senses. So I, learned to walk in the dark, walk around the house, closing my eyes. How's it feel when I walk past the couch? Oh, there's a pressure there. I feel that. Don't walk that way. There's something there. So I do these things as a prep and a way to develop me, and develop the human body, to help it develop the human potential. And one thing my stepson used to always say, well, I'm not you. I'm like, yeah, you're not me, but you're still a human. It's like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
There's almost nothing I can do that you can't do. This point, and you're younger, you might be able to do more. So
That's what that pride comes in. That was a pride statement. Like, look, man, I give up. I don't want to understand this. It's too much. It's too uncomfortable.
I didn't even call it. I didn't see it as pride. I saw it as contentment. Because I wouldn't say lazy, motherfucker would work. But as soon as it got a little more difficult than expected, maybe I'm not so interested in this work.
Yeah, bored. Bored.
Mm-hmm. Oh, did you say bored? You said bored, right?
Nah, it's a board mission. They do.
Yeah, bored. Okay, yeah. But I say if you're talking about bored, you're gonna have me on a whole nother tirade about boredom. Oh my god, I don't even know what the fuck that feels like anymore.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I start to realize that's being a giver, man. Being given so much to myself, being finally able to, be able to be comfortable in my own skin, and you realize who you are. You start to learn yourself, and you're like, man, I'll never be bored, bro. I'm
Bro.
pretty intricate person.
Like, yeah, like there's too much. There's too much to be bored. If you're bored, then you're lacking somewhere. You're not doing something you're supposed to be doing. I don't know what it is. I really don't know what it is, but you're supposed to be doing something if you're bored.
Yep, not doing enough. Like
Mm-hmm.
like like the OG say, well, if you're bored or if you're mad, then it means you wasted time on something that you're supposed to have been doing.
Mm-hmm.
Spend spending
Like exactly. I don't got time. But like I said, you about to get me on the tear with this boredom shit. Think about it. Boredom wasn't even really a fucking thing until they started creating entertainment.
yes, sir. Yes.
You didn't have time to be fucking bored. You had to you had to prep your food. You had to keep the home clean. You had to make sure the kids are cool. You had to go to Mart. There was a lot of shit you had to do on your checklist throughout the day in order for boredom. Nah, no, it's got to be a new concept.
Yeah,
You telling me when
facts.
they had washing machines and they was washing all their hands by clothes and motherfuckers was out there hunting with pellet guns, they had found time to be bored? That's crazy. That's crazy.
Nah, you're right though. You damn sure right. Damn,
But
my
man,
damn shoes. I can see that.
yeah,
Damn.
we've done at least an hour, at least. And I do appreciate you joining in. I know you got to work tomorrow. I'm about to get up and do some work here in a few hours myself. Like I said, I was trying this back out on Facebook because YouTube is giving me hella issues, and it looks like we're gonna be coming back to Facebook, y'all. We're coming back to Facebook.
Oh, that's it. I can't see it. It's kind of giving me errors over here on my side. Is there anybody still in here?
It's giving you errors on your end.
Yeah, I can't see who's I can't see the chat. I can't see you. I can't see you the whole time.
I'm looking at me right now. I'm watching it on my phone.
Yeah, I can see myself. I see the list of videos. It shows more like this, the videos on the side, but I can't see you.
Okay, I know that issue happened when I had tried to bring Bradley on my phone at one point. Like if I were to do the live on my phone, it would do you the same way. Like the way it's laid out, like my face would be up here on my screen, and your face would be at the bottom, but I wouldn't be able to scroll to get to your face on the bottom. Try
Yep.
try switching your phone's the position.
Yeah, I did that, and then I got logged out of the joining the chat. I had to keep
Oh yeah,
requesting.
that's right. Yeah, and that's why we left Facebook from the beginning, because it wouldn't let us operate right. They kept putting the fucking mini box on the shit, and I'm like, I can't fit nobody. I could fit me and a half a shoulder in the mini box. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
But I went back the other day, I updated and shit. It was like, you know what? Let me play with it and see if I get the screen right. Because like I said, YouTube, for some reason, I'll be 2 minutes into a fucking video here at the house, and it'll be like, oh, we're lagging. We don't have enough data to send your shit through. That's why on the lives, you'll see like a 2 minute video or a 10 minute video, because it's just not recording the whole video. But let's say I will at your house, I recorded the whole video. Hook's house, I recorded the whole video, and that's wireless with the modem. Where the hell y'all have it at? I'm right here, right by the goddamn modem. Yeah, we're
yeah,
back on
man.
Facebook. Well, yeah, again, thank you for joining, bro. You need to get some fucking sleep.
Yes, sir.
I'm about to get some sleep. Actually, I'm about to smoke, then go to sleep. But again, Karmicdez 85. Title of the episode: Dominate Your Day. Well, in this case, dominate your night. In the next few hours, let me dominate your day. Y'all see how my brain works? So yeah, dominate y'all day. I'll catch y'all on the next episode. I want to talk about it. And yeah, YouTube, Spotify, we are there. Had a good amount of people that jumped in late as hell. I don't know why y'all up so late.